Everybody, it's Jeff Lee from ET Enterprises. I'm at Beech Bend Raceway, and it's a stock and super stock combo, which is we used to race super stock or stock eliminator, NHRA, IHRA, NMCA, but we are at the first super stock combo race of the year. So I'm going to kind of walk through the staging lanes, check out some of these cars. My first ever car was a '79 Malibu wagon. This is our friend MJ Quinn. Used to race with Dad back in the day. And good dude. Out of Louisville, Kentucky, Derby City covers. Here's a. Hey, how you doing? K-Stock automatic. I think that's Jimmy Bridges or one of his engines in that. Hey. This is a B stock automatic, which is what we used to race back in the 80s and 90s with the Monte Carlo. So it's probably a 71 LS6 combo like ours. So if you've never seen stock eliminator, these are, the rules are you have to have the stock engine block heads. You're not allowed to port. You're not, you have to have 9-inch tires or 10-inch tires. Some different rules now. And then Super Stock has a few more options available. You can run bigger tires and different suspension. You can port. You can epoxy your heads and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. Cobra Jet. I'm gonna get some pictures of that later. So, but yeah, K-stick. So the SA is automatic. S is just stick. So only cars in those classes, and they have stick shifts. So a lot of these guys are now running like G-Forces. We're running Jerichos, Liberties. So while they are running certain rules, they also are very tricked out, doing everything they can do within the rules. Super stock and automatic. An Impala like this. My dad used to race with like a 283. He was a national record holder. And I think he might have set it here back in the 70s.
I'm going the left lane, but he gets the job done. Those real reaction time goes 5:59 and 1:22.
So I'm gonna
6:36 or 1:06.
I'm gonna go through this one more time, and then I'll meet you at the starting line. It's cool to see these old Malibus. Yeah, they're super stock. It's got the big tire. It can run trans brake. Can't run trans brake in stock eliminator. And you got a small tire, so it wouldn't even really do anything. Blow the tires away. So pretty awesome class. This is what I grew up on. See you guys later. going to eliminations today, so I figured I'd shoot every car in class just to see. Where everybody's at. This camera doesn't have much of a zoom, so I might have to call some noteworthy runs out. That wagon. A little 305 wagon. 1230s. Similar combination, but one's a super stocker, one's a stocker. There's about a second difference in the index. 1130 to a 1035. The one closest to us, super stock. But 947, almost a second under the index. '66 Chevelle and '66 Chevy 2 Nova. Mid 11s, 1177. Car versus Ford. $10.85 to $11.04. Chevelle in the far lane is the one that I'm most interested in because it runs a class that we used to with pretty much the same combination. 71 low compression 44 LS. Now back in 89, 90, we ran like 11 O's with that car. This is going to be way faster 30 some years later, depending on with all the advancements. I don't know what the record is these days, but I think it might be in the 9s. It's kind of a hot day. It's about 80 degrees, sunny in April. For the Grand Am. And that Grand Am is a GT class. So in the 80s and 90s, when there weren't a lot of muscle cars around, they let them do rear-wheel drive conversions on some of the cars in the 80s. It started in the 80s. So there were a lot of Grand Ams and front-wheel drive GM cars with small blocks or even big blocks. 927. I went and saw that car earlier and it was a big block, so it's probably a 396 car or maybe a 427. This old four-door Impala. Like Dad used to race a two-door, but super stock too, okay. It's a big boy. It's a Corvette. $11.45, wow. Maybe that's a big black Camaro. This is, I think, Kenny Schindler, or one of his guys in this Corvette, and that's Tommy Flowers, who I was just talking to before I started this video. He's got LT1 Corvette, big block, LT1 Camaro, and big block Corvette. $926 and $141, $1098. Yeah, Kenny's been building big blocks for a long time. One of the top guys in the country. It's a 350 horse, 327, I believe, super stock car. 327, pulling the wheels like that and going 9s. Pretty awesome. This is an old Cobra Jet, 68, 69 versus a, 2016, 2014, somewhere around there. Old versus new Cobra Jet. That's like a supercharged Coyote or 5.2, I think. And that versus a naturally aspirated 428 from back in the day. G-body fans go wild for the 307 olds. My 307 old sure didn't go 1160s and pull the wheels back in high school. Some rare super stock trucks. GTO and a 3rd gen. Third gen is a GT Super Stocker too, so that might have either a big block Chevy, small block Chevy, or an old Pontiac motor in it. Like a 455. I think our last car is another Malibu. K-stick. So there's a stick shift. Probably 305. $1172 for the Malibu. People talk shit on those 305s. right, so that's a round of stock and super stock. They have a combo series here at Beech Bend that is like every month they have a race. They race 2 days, eliminator each day. It's fun between national events and official divisional events, which there's a sports nationals here and a points meet here, and then this is Division 3. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of bracket cars over here about to go too. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Jeff Lee, ET Enterprises out.